You will get tested. Today, I got tested. When you're living a designed life, a life on purpose, you design your life that you want to live, and then you do all the things that you need to do in order to get there. And as you're living this, you're going to have days that are going to be, you're going to be flowing really good all day long. And then you're going to have other days where it's going to be real challenging. And you're going to want to go to your thing. What do I called it earlier during the week. Your coping thing. The thing you do when you're trying to cope with your low frequencies. That thing you always do. It could be anything. I'm not even going to go down the list. Everybody has that thing that they do when they're not feeling good. Yeah, that one. And it doesn't necessarily have to be and it's kind of like a little side note. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. For example, we'll say sleeping. Is sleeping a bad thing? No, but excessive sleeping is. If it's your coping thing, then it is, because you're just doing it to cope. You're doing it to hide instead of raising your vibration. It's easier just to go do that thing that makes you feel good, that thing that gives you instant gratification. Your coping thing is the thing that gives you instant gratification, that keeps you from feeling the effects of the low frequency. Bam. Those are the challenging days, because today I had one and I paid a lot of attention to it because I wanted to talk about it later on in today's video, when right now is later on. I woke up and I was feeling like, okay. I take an hour in the morning to just kind of beat the clock, and then I take an hour to just chill and reflect and do my prayer, my meditation, and know that I want to be able to deliver today. I want to be able to come on socials and put something that hopefully would help someone, whether it's right away today or at least put a video out that at one point someone's going to watch it and it's going to like hit them like perfect right there when they need to hear it, and it's going to help them get through some stuff and start their journey of becoming the version of them that they would admire, so then they could do the same. So I take that time in the morning to do that, and after I was done, I was like, okay, I'm still feeling we'll call it tired. It's just feel a little bit low. By the time I'm done with that hour and I start getting dressed and I start drinking, whether it's my pre-workout or my coffee or whatever it is, by that time I'm already up. And it was just something. There was something going on. I was like, okay, right now maybe after I brush my teeth or I step outside, and I stepped outside, I got in my car, nothing. Started the hustle. I couldn't get a groove, couldn't get, and I was like, okay, well then, let's raise the vibration. I knew something was up. I knew already at that point, like, okay, something's up. Not yet did it get to the point where I wanted to go do that coping thing, but enough to where it's like, okay, something's dragging me. And I didn't want to, first thing I thought was, okay, this is one of those days. And I was like, you know what? No, it's not one of those days. I don't think one of those days, if you're living a designed life, I'm going to put the one of those days thing to the test. I don't want to have one of those days anymore, especially if I have control. If I could put myself in a flow state, if I could put myself in high vibration, like I have been these last, oh man, I mean, I think the first time I did it for the full day was a few days ago, 3 days ago, where it's just the whole day I was at the top. It was beast. And I guess by having that, now I know when I'm not there. So that was really good, because throughout my life, I've often, if not every day at one point, had low vibration. No, I think every day, yeah, was vibing out low. Rarely would it get high. I mean, I wasn't aware of it, but now that I kind of look back and like, when was that a high? Okay, here, or try to remember. But anyways, So I would do my exercise, do my bumper workouts. I'd get there and I do my push-ups, I do my dips, I do my crunches, and that usually like does it. And it would raise the needle, but it wouldn't get me to that top tier flow. And I was like, what's going on? Okay, then I'm gonna go harder. I'm gonna go push a little harder. I'm gonna do, a few more. Uh a little bit more aggressively, a little bit more like, instead of doing 30, maybe I did 40, I did 35, I did, and then I would also review the version of me that I would admire. I go through all the things. I can't wait till I can do this. I can't wait till I have that. I can't wait till I get this. You start looking at you visualize the version of you that you would admire and all the great things that will come with it. And again, that would raise it, but it wouldn't really get me locked in. It would quickly dip down. I'd start kind of hoeing and humming a little bit, like, and I wouldn't entertain it very long before I would like, okay, what's going on then? What's the deal? I I couldn't understand what it was. One thing I didn't do that is a good exercise is do the things that it takes to become the version of you that you would admire. Because first you design your life. Once you design it, then kind of like under the design, you write down all the things that version of you does daily and how he keeps himself. And one of the exercises to raise your vibration is to go do those things. Like the exercising, the version of me that I admire exercises every single day. So I would. But that one, was helping me get up there, but not lock me in there. Okay, visualizing, that's another one. But I could have done something else, which, like I said, I didn't do. And one of the things that I have is the version of me that I would admire always keeps his car clean. I have these little packet of cleaning wipes inside my car. I could have started cleaning my car just to kind of get that, excuse me, get that, no edits. We're live on this, just no edits. And I could have done that, and I'm pretty sure that would have probably like clicked it over. I could have wiped that down. The version of me that I would admire always has clean shoes. I could have wiped down my shoes. I could have stopped by the house and maybe organized my drawers a little bit, organized my desk, clean out my phone, done something like that. Those are things that the version of me that I would admire does. So by doing those activities that I do anyways, but when you're feeling that way, not supposed to, but you're able to, you could do them if you want, or you're supposed to do them. Maybe because I haven't done them in a few days, which is why I was feeling that way. It was kind of like my governor that was saying, hey, you haven't wiped down the inside of your car. You haven't wiped down your sneakers. Or maybe I did. I don't know. It was probably letting me know your drawers are maybe getting a little out of whack again. I could have touched on those. And now that I'm saying it out loud here with you guys, it makes sense that it probably would have done the trick to get me up there. Anyways, it went all the way from the moment I woke up, 6 a.m., till 4. I think I did a TikTok where I timestamped it. I think it was 4:23 where I clicked it. And I was like, here I am. This is where I want to be. And since then, right now, it's 7:48 and I haven't gone down. I clicked over, I got into flow, and I haven't dropped down since. I finished my day, took my dog out for a walk, went to the supermarket, went to the pet store, got home, shooting this. Right after this, I'm going to upload it, get it ready to go live tomorrow. I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to try to shoot a TikTok tonight to get it ready for tomorrow. Little things like those that if I was feeling right now the way I was feeling earlier, pre 4:23 today, it would have been questionable. I would have done it anyways because I'm committed to doing it. But it would have been like, oh, come on, how are we going to get it done? Maybe make a cup of coffee or something. Right now, like I said, since 4:23, I did one more set of exercise, and it stuck. That was it. Why exactly? I don't know. Was it just the day shift? I don't know. I don't know what it was. Maybe I just needed to do that many sets in order to get me there that day. Or I did realize maybe that my car was dusty and I could have wiped it down. And that triggered, like, yeah, that's the thing you need to do. I'm not sure. But the point I wanted to make when I come on here is that anybody that's working on living their designed life, on living a purposed life, and working towards becoming the version of you that you would admire, be aware. You will be tested. I was tested today. And the biggest, firmest advice that I could give you, that I kept on telling myself today that got me through it, was don't give up. Keep doing the things that you know that will raise your vibration, that will raise your frequency. Do the exercise, do the workouts, do the fast walks, do the visualizing, do the things that the version of you that you would admire does. Do those. It gets you into that purpose. Boost up the purpose. Boost up the designed life. Like in my case, the guy that I admire, the version of me that I would admire always has his car clean. I should have cleaned my car. Maybe I felt that way because my car is a mess right now. It's raining here and there a little bit. It's dusty. Maybe that's what it was. And my car just looks like, right now, nasty. Maybe that's why I felt that way and I couldn't break it because I was in my car the whole time. I'm going to wash it tomorrow and see what happens. But I can't relive tomorrow. I can't relive yesterday, so I can't test it. And also by reviewing, I just realized that right now, by reviewing, like, what's going on? When you're tested like this, when you ask what's going on, I'm doing my workouts, I'm doing my visualizing, I'm doing the things that the version of me that I would admire would do. It helps you review what things maybe you've gotten loose on. You need to tighten up. By me reviewing, like, what haven't I done? Well, my drawers are getting a little messy. My car's not up to par. Maybe those two things I needed to do. My desk is not looking as good as it should. And the version of me that I would admire does have those things on lock. So maybe it's a mechanism to ask yourself, what do I need to tighten up on? What haven't I done? Because you'll have the usuals. You'll have like the workouts for me, the getting up early for me. Those are on lock. Those haven't, since the day I started this, I have not done that. It's just for sure. Fasting on Mondays. But maybe the ones that out of sight, out of mind, that I don't check on the daily, I'm not on top of those, which is probably a good idea to write down. I think you're supposed to write down and describe on paper or digitally who the version of you that you would admire is and everything that he does. That way you could review it every day and say, oh yeah, and add to it. You'll have events that, like a crossroad that you have, like, okay, now I have, now I planted roses in my front yard. And you see them kind of getting a little rough. Like, oh yeah, the version of me that I would admire doesn't let this happen. When you designed them 2-3 months ago, you didn't have the roses. So you'll be updating it as you go. So maybe it is necessary for us to write it down. I haven't written it down. I'm going to write it down. And this will help you review it. Probably won't have as many tests. And even, like I said, talking about it right now is helping me realize that maybe it is those things, that I have been loose on a few things that I should have been on top of. But I've been maybe celebrating or getting too excited about the progress that I'm making on other points of my life. But I also know that I have to do those. It's the journey that's super fun. Live a designed life, because it's super fun.